The man accused of shooting and killing another man at the South Shore Plaza last month is facing a judge at Quincy District Court. Let's listen in.
Complaint 22-0148. You were charged with murder, carrying a firearm without a license, carrying a firearm, a loaded firearm without a license on the 22nd of January 2022 on all 3 counts. Not guilty pleas will be entered.
Okay. And Mr. Hammond-Desir, you have the right to have a lawyer represent you, and if you cannot afford one, the court can appoint one for you. Do you understand that?
Yes.
Okay, thank you very much. Counsel, you had an opportunity to speak to the gentleman?
I have, Your Honor. My name is Mark Wester. I'm from the murder list. CPCS called me to
Counsel, for the record, would you just kind of spell your last name?
Yes, it's W-E-S-T-E-R, Wester.
Thank you very much. So, sir, we're going to appoint counsel to represent you at this time. You can always hire your own lawyer should you choose to do that at a later point in time. Okay? Ma'am, would you identify yourself for the record, please?
Yes, good afternoon, Your Honor. Assistant District Attorney Ann Yaz for the Commonwealth.
Okay, once again, would you spell your last name for the record?
Absolutely, Y-A-S.
Okay. So Commonwealth, what's the issue with regard to bail?
The Commonwealth is asking that this defendant be held without bail.
Okay.
Would
Do
you
you want
like
to
me?
be heard? Do you want to be, I presume you're going to want to be heard as well.
No, I'm not. I'm going to agree that he be held without bail, without prejudice, Your Honor. And that is because I just met him at 1 o'clock today, and there's video evidence in the case, and I haven't seen any of it. I haven't met any of his family, so respectfully, we don't need to have a bail argument if you would set it without prejudice.
You want to be heard? Anything you'd like to say?
Your Honor, I would like to go over the facts of this matter just to give you enough information to feel comfortable holding him without bail. Your Honor, would you like me to keep my mask on, or do you want me to?
Listen, counsel, you both are welcome to drop your masks, remove your masks as you speak if you wish. You're not required to do so. I will tell you that I'm fully vaccinated. As you can see, I'm pretty much encased in plastic myself, so go ahead.
Your Honor, I wanted to tell you that on Saturday afternoon, January 22nd, 2022, at approximately 3 p.m., surveillance video captures the victim and his girlfriend shopping at Forever 21, and she's pushing a 3-year-old, her child, who's not in the courtroom today, but she's pushing her child in a stroller. And they exit the elevator and they come into the store. And as they walk towards the front entrance of the store leading out into the mall, it's the defendant who stands within a few feet of the victim. And he appears to exchange some words with the victim. He then lifts his shirt to show the gun in his waistband, and the victim begins to walk towards the store exit. It's at
Towards the store exit?
Towards the store exit, towards the mall.
Okay.
Thank you, Your Honor. And the defendant at that point is closing the distance to the victim, and the defendant raises his right arm and hand, and he shot the victim, who was standing defenseless just feet away. The victim was shot in the head and immediately dropped to the floor. The defendant ran. He ran out of that store that day. The entirety of the events inside Forever 21, from when the victim and his girlfriend initially exit the elevator until he's shot and this defendant departs the store, lasts approximately 1 minute and 10 seconds. The victim was shot in the head. He was in grave condition, and he was taken by ambulance to Boston Medical Center, where unfortunately they could not save him. His injuries were too severe. On January 23rd, 2022, at approximately 7:55 p.m., this victim was pronounced brain dead. Your Honor, the shooter, this defendant before you, ran. Law enforcement agencies at the local, state, and federal level responded to South Shore Plaza. Chaos ensued as people were petrified. SWAT teams cleared the mall's interior. Dozens of law enforcement officers engaged in a systematic search for this shooter, to no avail, because he had run and he had escaped. It's the actions of the defendant that show that he is a flight risk. Multiple police agencies were actively looking for him since January 22nd. It's been approximately 3 weeks of intense investigation to find this defendant. who left the plaza, went to Randolph, and then escaped to New Bedford, where he was asking friends for a place to stay. He was found this morning in Dorchester. It took the efforts of the Massachusetts State Police Violent Fugitive Apprehension Unit, the Massachusetts State Police Gang Unit, Boston Police, Braintree Police, and the Massachusetts State Police Detective Unit assigned to the Norfolk DA's office to find this defendant because he had moved around. He was not at his residence in Maynard, and his mother insisted that she had not seen him. He's in fact changed his appearance slightly since the time of the shooting. He shaved his head and his hair is different. When being taken to a cell this morning, the defendant asked who had turned him in, and he admitted that he was aware that the police were looking for him. He said that he was waiting to get money for an attorney. The defendant told Braintree officers that he'd been working at Dunkin' Donuts. Bottom line, Your Honor, is there are a lot of people here today who are in support of the victim, including his mom and his girlfriend, and they're upset and they want to make sure that this defendant is held to face these very serious charges. He has been on the run since January 22nd. So the Commonwealth asks that this defendant, who is charged with first-degree murder for the death of Dijon Beasley, and for bringing a loaded firearm into the South Shore Plaza on a busy Saturday, be held without bail at this time.
Thank you, ma'am. Anything you'd like to say, counsel?
I would just ask you to consider, Judge, that I met him at 1 o'clock. He's 19, he has no record that I know of. I haven't had a chance to speak to his family members. I don't know anything about his mental health history at this point. So respectfully, I have the statement of probable cause that you have that suggests there may have been some. One witness apparently reported that there was some exchange of, or both people drew guns. That's in the statement of probable cause. So respectfully, at this point, having just met my client, I'd ask the bail be set without prejudice.
Okay. Thank you very much. Sir, bail, you're being held without bail. That decision is being made without prejudice and is being made with the assent of your lawyer. If at some point you make bail and you get arrested or charged with any offense while the case is pending, this court or any court can revoke your bail and hold you without bail for up to 90 days. Okay. Suggest a date.
Yes, it was March 15th.
I'm sorry, sir, March
15th.
1-5? Sure.
So, sir, you're held without bail up until March 15th. That's the date of probable cause. March 15th is 9 o'clock.
Thank you all.
Oh, Your Honor, I filed an ex parte motion for fund.
I've allowed.
Thank you very much.
Richie.
Thank you.
Thank you very much, Your Honor.
Make a copy.
Thank you.